Hello everyone, welcome to another video of mine on my channel. I hope you guys are all doing well on this fine, beautiful, sunny day in southeast London, where I reside in. Of course, we know that with the isolation, it's going to get boring, but please, everyone, do not leave your houses. Please stay indoors. The quicker that we all stay indoors, the quicker that we actually listen to the guidelines, that we follow the government's advice, the quicker we'll all be able to go outside again. The more of us that keep mingling around, going to parks, etc., you're just delaying it further and further for everyone else. But hope you're all doing good in isolation. Hope you guys are not too bored. But in this, we're going to get into three main stories. Philippe Coutinho, potential loan deal. Of course, I've mentioned Philippe Coutinho in a couple of videos back, but there are new reports regarding him on a potential loan deal. I'm going to be discussing Jerome Boateng links as well, and also Giroud and Willian links. Now, before I do get into it, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell notification, comment down with your thoughts and opinions, and without further ado, let's get straight into it. Now, starting off with Philippe Coutinho, and of course I mentioned him a couple of days ago, and I kind of, put the rumours to the side. Now, there's so many reports linking Coutinho to various clubs. Now, I was personally told that it's his agent Kia, who's got very good relationships with our board and the club. Of course, the same agent of Coutinho had also the same agent as Willian as well, so he's already had a history of negotiating with Chelsea in the past, so it makes the deal a lot easier if you're comfortable with the agent. Now, of course, I was told it's all agent talk, is the agents offering Coutinho to Chelsea, and that Chelsea aren't as interested at this moment in time. But what Sport are reporting, a publication, they're saying Chelsea are in negotiations with Philippe Coutinho's agent, according to Sport. The Blues want to pay a €13 million loan fee to Barcelona and would also take the full amount of the player's salary. Now, for me, if you ask me, I will take Coutinho at Chelsea for a permanent price, but of course it all depends on the price. If it was in the £53 million range to £60 million range, then for me that is a bargain. The stature and calibre of Philippe Coutinho, the type of player he is, how he would elevate our team, how drastically improve our team, his versatility, can play on the wing, can play left wing, inverted left wing, or can play in a number 10 position where he can operate in creativity. And his creativity would bring a lot to our squad. But I kept, raising the point that we had Hakim Ziyech at Chelsea, and that he's very similar stylistically to Philippe Coutinho, who in my opinion is much better, has been much better in the last 2 years. And for me, we got him at a much cheaper price, and for me, Ziyech was a bargain. That's why I didn't believe Coutinho was necessarily needed, and it's not a priority signing at this moment in time. But what the reports are saying, especially Sport, the publication stating that a €13 million, loan fee, for me, I would take it. It's not going to be a hefty price. It's going to be a loan move. You can take him on loan. It's not going to cost too much, so you can still spend large amounts on other areas and other positions that need, strengthening in, that are priorities, such as your left back, your centre back, striker, winger, etc. But you still add a world-class quality player to your squad for a cheap fee of €30 million, and who knows, if we do get more available funds for next summer, if Coutinho is amazing for us in that loan move during that season, then who knows, we could do a Kovacic and we could sign him on a permanent deal. Who knows, it all depends. But for me, it's risk free, and that's the main thing with this loan move here. If you do get the loan move done with a €30 million, it's risk free because we only lose €30 million. The wages won't be that astronomically high, and you're adding another world-class player to your team that can boost your chances of reaching higher, positions in the table, in my personal opinion. And of course, it's a player that, a long shot specialist, brings that creativity to that squad to break those lines, to break those low compact blocks. And of course, there's another dimension Lampard can bring on during a game, or to utilise in a squad. You've got quality squad depth for this as well. For me, it's a risk-free move, and if we were to sign him on loan, I'll be all for this move, in my personal opinion. But I want you guys to let me know what you think. Do you think Coutinho would be a good move? Do you think that we should sign him on loan? Or would you like to see Coutinho move to Chelsea on a permanent deal? Or do you think that, we should just skip ahead? We already have Hakim Ziyech. We don't need Coutinho whatsoever. There's other targets that we need to address, and there's no point wasting €30 million. Leaving your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. But the next report and the next story I'd like to talk about is Jerome Boateng from, of course, Bayern Munich. Now, Foot Mercato is the publication, and they're stating that Jerome Boateng could be allowed to leave Bayern Munich this summer, and that Chelsea and Arsenal are amongst the several Premier League club sides interested. Now, if you guys cast your minds back to January transfer window, Arsenal were heavily involved and heavily interested to sign Jerome Boateng. They had a €12 million bid rejected in January transfer window. And of course, Jerome Boateng in his prime was a world-class centre-back. He was amazing before he started to have these recurring injuries. But at the moment, for me, it's a massive no. And I'll give you my main reasons as to why I would not accept Jerome Boateng at Chelsea. Now, number one, he's extremely injury prone. He's had reoccurring knee injuries. And for me, he's well past his prime and he's on a steady decline, in my personal opinion. You know, if you're going to sign for Chelsea, we need to sign a world-class centre-back that is going to elevate and then drastically improve our back line. Lampard even said in an interview that he wants a world-class centre-back, hence why he rejected Ake in the January transfer window. Now, if you want to sign Jerome Boateng, you're indicating that he will be a backup. There is no way you can keep this guy fit for a full season. He hasn't been able to keep himself fit in a full season for the last 3 to 4 years. He's injury prone. He's lost so much pace. And he's extremely mistake prone as well. He's another Rudiger in that sense. Now, if you watch him play in the Bundesliga, you even saw him against Chelsea as well. We could easily have exploited that area as well. He was poor, in my opinion, at Stamford Bridge, despite Bayern Munich winning 3-0. The amount of times Giroud won headers against him and kind of bullied him in that sense. And Boateng, look, he's injury prone. He's mistake prone, he makes a lot of mistakes, and of course, with Bayern Munich, the Bundesliga not being as competitive as the Premier League, you can get away with making a few mistakes here and there, but in the Premier League, you make one mistake, especially with his lack of pace, he's injury prone, he's mistake prone, he makes a lot of stupid errors as well, his positioning is not great either, and his ball playing abilities is not the best as well compared to other centre-backs available on the market. Now, if he makes a mistake in the Premier League, that could be extremely costly, because other teams will be able to punish him and they'll be able to punish us immediately. So it's vital that we sign a world-class centre-back. But of course, that is just my opinion, hence why there's, debate going around. Leave me your thoughts, opinions in the comments section below. Would you take Boateng at Chelsea? Now, of course, the main thing is, the viewpoint that I have here is, if you do sign Jerome Boateng, he would be signed as a backup. Like I said, there's no way this guy can stay fit for a full season. And we've already got high potential centre-backs. We need a dominant world-class centre-back right now at this moment in time that can, help the youngsters in our, centre-back department and also improve our back line immediately as well. We need a commanding world-class centre-back with very good ball-playing abilities, preferably left-footed as well. Hence why I've been looking at likes of Gabriel, who's left-footed, 6'3", commanding, strong, has very high potential. But for me, I wouldn't take Jerome Boateng. He's mistake prone, he's injury prone, and for me, he's on a steady decline. He's way past his prime. He doesn't even start for Bayern Munich. It's Schuler and it was Hummels, of course. Hummels did move to Dortmund, but Boateng doesn't start for them. It's Alaba and Schuler at this moment in time. He doesn't even get regular game time there. So, why should we be taking Bayern's leftovers there, Bayern's rejects? We want to be able to reach that stage, get to that moment, and you're not going to be able to get there if you're taking their leftovers and their rejects. But that's just my personal viewpoint. That's my personal opinion. Leave me your thoughts, opinions in the comments section below regarding Jerome Boateng. Do you disagree and believe that Boateng would be good with his experience, etc.? Leave me your thoughts, opinions in the comment section below. But the two last players I want to talk about is Olivier Giroud and Willian. Now, starting off with Willian, now it's looking highly likely, 95% likely, that he will be leaving at this end of the season as a free agent and moving to a different club. Now, I also told a couple of months back that he was holding secret talks with other various clubs in London, so likes of Tottenham and Arsenal. Now, we know with Tottenham, he has a very good relationship with Jose Mourinho, so that is very, very possible. Now, would it be a Judas if he moved to Tottenham? That's a different story, a different question to ask, but basically, what the issue has been is that Chelsea and Willian have been over this for ages. They've been in contract negotiations for a long time. We were told since October by various reports and publications that an agreement would be reached. That has not happened whatsoever. And the main stumbling block was because, of course, Willian asked for a 3-year contract. Chelsea were only willing to give him a 2-year contract. And for me, if you ask me, it's baffling that we even offered him a 2-year contract. And all this talk about if he loves the club, then, oh, he loved the club, he said it for 7 years. But if he loved the club, he would have taken that 2-year contract. You look at the likes of John Terry, Frank Lampard, who had to work so hard to even just earn a 1-year contract. And we're giving Willian a 2-year contract. And he's not even accepting that. He wants a 3-year contract. We know our policies are over the age of 30s. And it's looking highly, highly likely he will be leaving at the end of the season as a free agent to either Arsenal or Tottenham. He loves London, he wants to stay in London, and he hasn't ruled out a move to either Tottenham or Arsenal, and it's very likely that he will be leaving at this end of the season. Now, for me, if you ask me, he has been a good servant. He's won 6 trophies, 2 Premier Leagues, Europa League, FA Cup, League Cup. He's been a good servant, very frustrating at times, poor decision making a lot of the times, but you've got to thank him for the memories and the moments. But like I said, it's time to say goodbye, in my personal opinion. Now, getting on to the final players, of course, Olivier Giroud. Now, Nicolo Schira, of course, a reliable Italian journalist, he basically reported that Olivier Giroud could possibly stay at Chelsea for a further season. Olivier Giroud's agent isn't talking to Chelsea about a contract extension. He wants 2 years, but Chelsea are only offering a 1-year contract. Now, we know, of course, the over 30 policy, and he was desperate to leave in January. Now, we know that the France Euro 2021 has been postponed. So for me, this summer would be a good time for Olivier Giroud to leave, and it is highly possible that he could be leaving this summer, especially if we get a top quality striker in this summer. However, with COVID-19, the coronavirus disrupting things, it is also very possible that Olivier Giroud could also be staying at Chelsea and accept a 1-year contract extension. But we're going to have to wait and see what happens on there. But I'm going to wrap up this Chelsea transfer video for you guys. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to my channel if you are not here. Hit the bell notification so you're notified for every time I upload. And I'll see you guys for my next video. Peace.